Should we allow poverty and other factors to drive us to use children to make money? Well, I leave that to your conscience. My name is Mustafa Latifa. You can also call me Jem, and this is Jem's Corner. You can reach me on my social media handles on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok. Yes, if you are a new subscriber to my channel, welcome to Latifa James channel. And if you are an old subscriber, welcome back. Alright, today we'll be talking about child labor. Child labor is the exploitation of children through work, which deprives the children of their childhood and could be mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally, morally, and mentally harmful to the child's well-being. There are a lot of factors that can cause child labor, but I've noted one or two points which I want to share with you today, so that when you start seeing these things or you find any family member of yours in such situations or such circumstances, you know that this is a road or a trail leading to child labor. All right, my first cause is low or no access at all to quality education. Yes, there's this saying that says that there's this saying that the devil works with the idle hands. Yeah, that's very true. Because if you have a child at home doing nothing, and you are a parent, you are a guardian, you are a caretaker of a child, all you can think about is using this child to make money. But if the child is going to school in the morning, the child is not at home, will come back in the evening, and maybe there will be some household chores for the child to do, you wouldn't even think about exploiting the child. Also, we have cheap labor. Because of the economy and the way things are going, people seem to want to take advantage of it to use children instead of adults, because they know that adults will actually charge 3 or 4 times as much as what the children 3 times as much as what the children will be charging. So they tend to want to use children because they are cost efficient or they are less expensive. So they want to use children, so they pay less. Yeah, apart from that, we have early marriages. People often marry their children in the traditional or the rural settings. You see that they think that a woman's role is to get married and have children. And if she gets married into a family where the man already has 3, 4 wives, yeah, there's nothing for her to do than to go around washing for people. I mean, under age like that, we have 15 who are married off to old men who can no longer even farm. So you ask yourself, how does this man cater for his wives and his children? So it will be solely on the woman or the young girl who just got married to cater for herself and the children she's yet to have. Yes, so you see that they travel to places like Accra, Kumasi for Kaya. Right now in Tamale Kra is there. You see a young child and you ask yourself, why is this child not in school? I remember one time I was going to work, I met a child like that. It was a working day, and I asked it was a school that I asked her, why are you not going to school? That she wants to go to the market. And I asked her why, that she wants to go and carry Kaya. So I asked her, why are you preferring Kaya over education? Then the girl just told me that the Kaya gives her money to buy what she wants to buy for herself. So you see, if such a girl is being given up for marriage to, let's say, a rural setting at a very early or young age, as in like, let's say 15, 16, when she goes, she'll totally forget about education, because it's even with her parents that it's like some of the family members or people in the community forces this girl to go to school, and sometimes she'll just refuse and then decide that it's Kaya she's going to carry. And personally, I think that most parents in the rural areas think that their children working for their survival and the survival of the whole family, it's a normal thing. Yes, you see these refugees, you know, they'll go and be sitting at one corner, and you see children as little as 4 years, 5 years. When you are passing on the road, they'll be holding you. They'll be like, I'm hungry, I need money to buy this, I need money to buy that. Every blessed day you see that same face, and you're asking yourself, what is the parent doing about it? Sometimes they are not just even refugees. People from Ghana, people from Tamale actually sit there and then send their children to go beg from others. Imagine the risk that could be involved in such things. And so parents need very much to understand that the fact that You brought the child into the world. You are the sole caretaker of the child. You are responsible for what the child eats. You are responsible for where the child will sleep. You are responsible for what the child will eat, what the child will wear. Everything that happens to the child until the child becomes an adult, you are responsible for the child. So there is nowhere, even religiously, that is written that a child should work for a parent. It is a very bad thing. Okay, having given you all these causes of child labor, yes, there are effects of child labor. All these things, when it happens to a child, the child cannot just grow up very well. It takes the intervention of God for a child who will go through all these things to come out shaped. No, there are numerous effects, or there are numerous things that happens to children who normally go through this child labor. And some of what the victims of child labor usually go through is depression, anxiety. They can be led to habits such as smoking, alcoholism, prostitution, and what have you, which is very dangerous to the well-being of the child generally. There are solutions to child labor, and we all have to work hand in hand to make those solutions a reality. So we'll be right back with a video of a professional telling us how she thinks that we will be able to curb child labor. But right after that, I will also be giving you my own solution I've drafted that I think that as a community, as a parent, as a guardian, we could help curb child labor. So we'll be right back.
One of the ways through which we can curb child labor is, one, to go back to the basics. What does the Constitution say about child labor? We enforce that, and then the rightful agencies are mandated to work actively. The social welfare, the SHRAJ, the DOFSU, the WAJUs will be mandated to activate their works. Another way too would also be to reactivate the F-Cube, which made sure that every child was in the classroom. It was a free, at least from the basic level, every child was in the classroom. That way, our protective measures and covers would be in order. Another option too is to go back to the olden days where we were each other's keeper. No parent sees you outside your house at a certain time and they are going to be quiet about it. If we put all these pieces together, I think we would have achieved our goal against child labor.
Okay, that was what their experts had to say. Okay, these are some of my solutions of child labor. Number one on my list is abolish we should abolish cheap labor. Cheap labor. It's my number one solution. I thought thoroughly about this. Yes, cheap labor. If we begin to think that if we employ adults, there are a lot of people who have finished the SSS, who have finished universities, and they are looking for jobs to do to sustain themselves. So if we employ them, it will go a long way to helping the nation rather than exploiting children who don't even know their left from their right. Because to use a child to work would mean to threaten the child, to beat the child, to cause physical and emotional pain to the child. So if you are an adult out there, you are a business owner, a pure water owner, a chop bar owner, whatever business you do, please, we should abolish cheap labor. No matter how moved you are to employ a child, please, let's join hands to abolish cheap labor. If you want to help the child, then help the child take the child to school. Yes, that's what the child needs, but not to come to your place and work for something small. So we should try to work hand in hand to abolish cheap labor. And also, parents should assume their roles as caretakers of children instead of the other way around. Yes, if you bring a child to this earth, it's solely your responsibility. The moment you found out as a mother that you are pregnant, you should be making ways and means in which you cater for your child. Means giving the child a healthy food to eat, giving the child healthy environment to grow up with, giving the child healthy education. Very important. So as guardians or as parents, we should assume the role of caretaker, not the other way around, that your 15, your 12-year-old child will go out after Maghrib or will go out around 6 and come back midnight or come back the next day, and all you can do is ask the child what the child brought back for you. I mean, at such a tender age, what kind of job do you think the child will be able to do? So if we want to have few bright future leaders, all we can do as parents is to assume our roles as caretakers. Okay, my next point is that if you give your child to a family member or a friend to take care of because of your present situation, because things happen, I can't come and sit here and pretend that everybody has life smooth. Not everybody has life smooth. Maybe you got pregnant, maybe you had a job and everything, life was moving on well, maybe you became a single parent unexpectedly, so you had to go work somewhere in which you can't take your child. Maybe you give your child to a sister, a brother, a friend, an auntie, an uncle, a family friend or something. Make sure as a parent you visit them unannounced. You visit them from time to time to make sure you check on your child. What conditions are my child living in? Is my child being fed healthy? Is my child given good education? Where does my child school? After school hours, what is my child doing? At the weekends, what is my child doing? So if you are a parent, try to check on your child from time to time to make sure that whomever your child is staying with is not exploited for his or her own benefit. So my last point I noted down is for the whole community, myself, yourself, brothers, uncles, aunties, sisters, friends. It includes everybody. We should all come together as a community to make sure that if we notice any case of child labor, we should report it to the police or the appropriate courts so that they will be handled the right way. Children deserve the right to grow bright. Children deserve the right to be educated. If we want to see a better tomorrow, everybody is saying our economy is bad, our economy is bad, our economy is bad. But we can make a change if we start from the children today. Children deserve to be treated well too. This has been the Gems Corner. Thank you very much for staying with me. I hope you've learned something new. My name is Mustafa Latifa. You can call me Gem. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed to it. Go to my social media handles, like, share as much as you can so we can help spread the word about child labor and how to abolish it. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye all.